Okay, so right. So these are the some sample strings that we do have, and we are going to write the patterns for each requirement that whatever we have, like to get how many minutes sometimes, or sometimes okay, to get the time, and to get the IP address from that string, and also which changes very dynamically, and so we are going to write the patterns for each thing, and then let's see how we can fetch by patterns the all these values. Then what's the first method that we have discussed? Test, right? The regular expression dot test, or the test method. Then what is the test method does exactly? Then it just verifies whether the pattern whatever we have, the pattern is matching with at least one value or not, right? Then what we do is say first or is it dot, the method is test. Okay, so that regular expression or is nothing but the regular expression object. That regular expression object dot test. Okay, what it means there, so you have to provide the string, in which string you are searching exactly, but what you need to search or what you are looking for exactly, you are giving through the pattern. Remember that nowhere in this methods whatever we have execute or replace or the test, in these three methods you don't give what needs to be find, what we are looking at, we don't provide directly in the method. So what we are looking at exactly will be given through pattern property. So whatever the value stored in pattern property, that value will be taken into, or that regular expression will be taken into test, or will be into execute, or will to replace. Okay, so that means you don't need to provide the pattern for all these methods what you are looking at exactly. Whatever you are looking at, just provide that pattern to the pattern property here, provide that particular format. Then I say or is dot test str. So what I'm doing is in which string you are looking at, that's what it means. Then what you are looking at, this. So now what that pattern does exactly, it will look for one digit number exactly, 0 to 9 in the square bracket, look at exactly one digit number. So now it will just do this test method. In case if there is any digit available in this particular method, sorry, in this particular string, what str, okay, it will return as true, else it will return as false, then equal to true. Then what I am doing here, message box, numeric value found, else just give a message box, no numeric found. Let us see what is that we have given here, that is regular expression, numeric value found, it's there, single digit. Now let me do one thing, I will give it as str1 here, and what I'm doing there, now there are no numerics, right, no digit is there. So with this pattern whatever I have given, whatever the pattern that I have given, this pattern will not match with any of the character inside this, right? Then test should return as false this time, because this pattern is not matching with any of the character. No numeric found. So that's what test does exactly, it will just verify whether it's found or not. If the pattern is matched with any of value inside the string that whatever we have provided, it just returns as true. If no value, it's not matching with any of the value, then it returns as false, that's it. Let me take this out, this is supposed to be there in Excel's. Fine. Now next what I need to do is, I'll give as str. In case if the test is written as true, then I need to find out, okay, I need to find out what happened. Okay. So I need to find out how many values or how many, what and all the values then it's matched with. First how many values it's found with, and then what and all those values I need to retrieve them. Then to do that, what I need to do is, test is just to verify it's found or not. Then once it is true, test is true, then I need to get the collection of all the values, how many, what and all the values exactly matched with that. Okay. Then to get the collection of all the matched values, what and all the values matched, then what we do is execute. So execute method is used to execute the pattern, whatever the pattern that you have, execute that pattern in the string and take the collection of matching values. Then execute of str1, what in which string that has to be executed, we just have to provide that input. Then set, I'm saying it as all values. So why I'm using set? Yesterday I told that, even though it is returning the values, matching values, but each value will be treated as an object for us. Each value will be returned as an object type. That collection.count will return the total number of values that we have. How many values? Then you say for each val in all values, you know what I am doing there? So I'm just once I retrieve the collection.count means what is the collection? All values is a collection there. Collection.count means it will retrieve how many values have come into the collection. Then I say for each val in that collection, it will get one by one value. I said each val is nothing but matched object. So I told one of the property called value there for matched object. That's what I'm using. That matched object, that value means what is the exact value which is matched, that returns. Okay. Then see now, oops, it says that no numeric found. It has to be str. Total 6 found, 6 digits found. As I told, each one is a digit here. Then it's matched with 0 because 0 to 9 is my pattern, right? So any of the digit starting from 0 to 9. 4, 1, 2, 1, 5. Individual. So even though if the number is 2-digit number, 3-digit number, when I have 0 to 9, if 5-digit number, that will say as 5 digits are matched. Even though it is single number, each digit will be taken as an individual. Now, if I give 1 to 4 as my range, then how many will be matching here? 4. 1 has come twice and 2, 4. So total 4 are matching. So 0 is not displayed. In 0.41 it's matched with only 4, not 0, because my pattern is 1 to 4 I have given as the range. So when I say 1 to 4, either it should be either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, only with that. So like that you can give the range. If you say any digit, it can be then 0 to 9. So you can see it's not displayed 5 and it's not displayed 0 because the pattern is here 1 to 4. That's what I have used. Then I want to match alpha characters this time. How many alpha characters are there? Probably I want to say how many times A has been repeated. Then what you can do is you can just give the pattern as A directly. Now that's what my pattern is. When you give A as pattern, single A character, then it will automatically retrieve how many times A has been repeated. Then sorry, I haven't saved, I guess. Okay, so I'm directly giving us A there as a pattern. It should be no numeric instead of no numeric. Then let me make it as very generic. No value found with given pattern. Okay, then no value found with given pattern. That means A is not there here, right? A is not there. Then this time what I will do is I will give the pattern as G. How many it will match with?
1.
It will match with 2 because
It's not cases.
I have made it as ignore case as true. Ignore case as true means in case if it is uppercase or don't consider uppercase or lowercase. Now same thing, now what I will do is I am making ignore case as false. That means consider the case, don't ignore the case. Now this time what is my pattern here? Uppercase G. Only 1. It's not matching with other G because it's in other case. I mean since I have given in uppercase, it will match with only uppercase letter. It will not match with lowercase. That's what ignore case meant for. Ignore case true means ignore the case, don't consider the case, whereas ignore case false means then consider the case as well, don't ignore the case. Now if I comment out this, let's see what is the default. If I comment out that, and what is the default that it will take? It says 1 only. That means that by default ignore case value will be false only. That is the default value for that. In case if you don't give ignore case property there, then it's not mandatory to provide. If you don't give, by default it will take it as false only. Okay, write down the property. I did not tell the values for the properties, right? Sorry, definitions for properties. Then write down the ignore case property. Definition for ignore case property. Fine. So ignore case property, write down. So ignore case property is used to make the pattern case sensitive or insensitive. Make the pattern as case sensitive or case insensitive. Okay, case sensitive or case insensitive. Then write down the syntax like that. If you say org.ignore case equals to true, then case it will become case insensitive. Ignore case false means it will become case insensitive. Okay, fine. Next we'll build the patterns now one by one and see. I will come to the global part in some time. Okay, I will wait for global. That I'm making ignore case as true only for a while. When you are giving numerics, right, then you don't need to put. When you are giving for special characters or when you are giving for numerics, your patterns, you are trying to get numeric values, or when you are trying to get only special characters, then this property is not applicable, because for special characters or for numerics, case is not a matter, right? It can be any case, but only for the alpha characters, case is matter, uppercase or lowercase, right? So earlier pattern, like when we used for numeric 0 to 9, right? Earlier pattern, what we used only for number. So when you given for number or digit, then case you can give, or if you want you can give, or otherwise you don't need to give, because case is not a matter for numerics. Okay. Then now let me do a thing. Let me write the number only. Let me write the number only. I want to match, there are a lot of numbers there, right? STR and maybe, sorry, there are a lot of digits, 0.41, 2, 15, all those are the numeric values. Now I want to write a pattern which matches with only 2-digit number. 2-digit number, it has to be 2-digit number. 0 to 9 we have used, so it was matching with single digit at a time. Now I want to write a pattern which matches with 2-digit number. 2. You have to give the length as 2. 0 to 9, flower bracket 2. Otherwise you can also give like this. 0 to 9, 0 to 9. If you give that 2 digits, it is 1 square bracket for 1 digit, second square bracket for second digit. Then if you write like this, so it's matching with 2 this time. See what and all. 41, 0.41 it is matching with 41, and in 15 it is matching with 15. But actually what my requirement is, it has to be an individual number. But 0.41, that 41 is not an individual number there. It is part of a number, right? In the 0.41 it is matching with 41. It's a part of number. But what I am expecting here is, it has to be an individual number. So that means it should be a single word or single number. In such cases what you need to do is, if you are expecting that has to be an individual one, not part of another word or not part of another number, you have to make the boundaries for that pattern. If you give the boundaries for that pattern, it will match with the individual one. Now, how you make the boundary? Yesterday I told something called /b, right? Then do one thing. /b, beginning of the word, /b. Still it's matching with 15. So dot is not considered. Let me do one thing. Yeah. Now see, actually what's happening is, even dot also it is ignoring. When I said beginning, then it is taking this. That is being ignored. I mean, dot also is considering as the beginning of the number. But now what I have done here is, in the square bracket, if you give cap symbol, I mean if you say first character should not be dot, that's what I need to add. So earlier it was taking, even dot was there, then it was considering as an individual number, right? So what, this is called cap symbol. Okay, cap symbol. In the square bracket, now let's say for example, I want the numbers which is not started with numeric. Sorry, I want all the values which is not started with numeric. Only the alpha characters I want. Only alpha characters, or I want all the values which is not, first character should not be a symbol, or it should not be a numeric, or it should not be some character, whatever you say. Then to say that, okay, not this character. If you say, oh, this character, what we have used in the square bracket, 0 to 9. What does it mean? Any digit. Square bracket A to Z. It should be A to Z. Any character it will match with. When you say square bracket cap symbol A to Z, that means that not A to Z. So what I am saying? Cap symbol, why I have used backward slash dot? Yesterday I told something. Dot is one of the wild character in the regular expression, but when you give dot there, it will match with any character. But I want to match exactly with the dot character there. So backward slash dot means it will consider exactly dot there. Instead of considering as any character, it will consider that as a only dot character. That's the reason I have given backward slash dot. So cap symbol I have used because first character should not be dot. So cap backward slash dot means, okay, first character should not be dot. So to say not, we use cap symbol. Cap symbol is used for saying not in this range. In this range, square bracket, so and so range of numbers or so and so range of characters. Not in range means square bracket, cap symbol, range you can provide. Okay. So that's very good. Yeah.
44.10 becomes the last
Where?
one. 0.4 change. For example, 44.0 becomes the last.
01, right? Still. So here it is means what it is doing is nowhere it should match with dot. Dot. Okay? Dot should not be there. Okay? Yeah. Which one? One, it's not, one is a count exactly. It's not getting this one. But the displaying, what one is displaying is the count. One, it matched with one value, that's what it is.
If we want to get only point, then 44.0. We want to get only one, which is the last digit.
Which is a?
I want to get only that one.
That one, I mean, instead of using regular expression, you can directly use right there.
Right.
Right function, right? Yeah. But generally you prefer to regular expressions only the dynamic things are, I mean, if things are changing then. Okay. I mean, this is one pattern. If you say not, you can use like this. Then let's continue some more. Now I have the numbers like this. Free space. Still it will match with only 115. But now what I need is my pattern should match with minimum 2-digit number and maximum 3-digit number or maximum 4-digit number it has to match with. Then if I give like this, right, 4-digit number, if I give 0909, then I have to write this same thing for 4 times. But when I want to match with the 10-digit number, 10 times I need to write. Instead of doing that, say 0 to 9. This is exactly 2-digit number. If you give like this in the flower bracket, 2 is a minimum, 4 is a maximum. This pattern, this meaning is that the pattern whatever is you have written here, this one, repeat it for 2 times or 3 times or 4 times. That's what that exactly. Then it is matching with 15, it is matching with 3000 if you see that. Or sometimes if the number is increased, it's matching with only 150. Reason because maximum we said is maximum 4-digit number it has to be, but 3000 it's not 4-digit number, it has got increased. Now we say minimum 2-digit number it has to be, but maximum I don't know. Maximum it can be any digit number. Right? So what you are doing is in the flower brackets, this is minimum. If you provide empty there, maximum can be anything. That's what it means then. Okay? Got that? Okay, now let's move into a little complex one. Okay? Or what I need is I want to write a pattern which matches. I want to write a pattern which matches with only the floating numbers. Only the floating numbers. It should not be only integer part or the long value. Floating numbers. That means decimal must be there. Then only it has to retrieve. All the decimal value, not floating numbers have to be retrieved. So in this case, dot has to be there in the mandatory, right? Then what you can do is, instead of giving the pattern like this, when I say floating number, first is an integer part, second one is a decimal point, right? So write the pattern for integer part first. 0 to 9. It can be, integer part can be minimum 1 digit length and maximum n number of, right? That is for integer part. Then after integer part, dot should be mandatory, right? What I am saying there? Dot. It should match with dot. Backward slash dot means should match with dot character. Decimal 0 to 9, 1 comma. Don't understand end to end first. Understand, divide into parts. When you are understanding a regular expression, right? Don't look at everything because looks lengthy. So break it down. First, look at the selected pattern. What it means? 0 to 9, 1 comma, empty. That means minimum 1 digit number, maximum n number of digits it could be. Then, look at this. What is that? After that integer part, dot should be there. Mandatorily dot should be there. So, if the dot is not exist, then it will not match with that. Look at this. Why I am using this pattern after dot. That is for decimal. Decimal could be minimum 1 decimal number and maximum n number of decimals it can be. And let's see which one it will return. It's matching with only one. If you see that, only the decimal numbers or only the floating numbers it's returning. Okay. Next. This one. Here. This is for word boundary. Word boundary. Earlier, when I said individual number, right? It was matching with the middle of the word also. So now let's say, for example, if I give test as pattern like this, if the value is like this, it will match. Even though that is not an individual word, part of the word also it will match. Okay, but even somewhere if it is like this also, it will match with still test. Yeah, if you give this like this, if it is in between the word, in between the string also, it will match if you directly give. If I give /b test /b, then it will match with individual words. It will not match with that. It will match only with test now. Then it has to be an individual word. Then only it will match. That's what /b meant for. Okay? Then let me write another pattern this time. Okay? Let me go into a little complex one. Take IP address. IP address will be keep changing for me. It's not the same IP address. Depends on, generally say, assume that okay, organization is Wi-Fi enabled. Then user will connect, day to day IP address will be changing. Depends on time that he corrects. I want to know whenever the application is accessed, then from which IP address the application was accessed. That's what it is showing. Some India IP address and all, or US IP address and all. I want to fetch only the IP address from that string. So what I have to do, I need to write the pattern which matches with the IP address. Now, how that IP address will be matching, will be created? First port probably, or 3 digit or 2 digit or 1 digit, right? Dot, again 1 2 3 digits any length, dot 1 2 3 digits any length, and dot 1 2 3 digits. So 4 parts it will be. In each part, minimum possibility is 1 digit, maximum possibility is 3 digits, right? Then what I will do is here 0 to 9. 1 comma 3. That will match with minimum 1 digit number, maximum. So that has to be repeated for 4 times. But in each time, dot is a mandatory. Dot is a mandatory one. /dat. What it will do? It will match with dot. Repeat this. That's it. You get for IP address. So that same pattern 4 times, but each time, I mean for each value I am placing dot. Why I am not giving exact dot there? Because if you give exact dot, it will not consider only the dot character there. It will match in case if there is any other character, underscore is there, then it will match with underscore also when you provide exact dot, because in the regular expression dot means for any character. But I want to no underscore, nothing, only dot has to be there in between. When you say only dot has to be there, to match with the dot, use backward slash dot, so that will match only with the dot character. Then str3. It's retrieving the IP address. Just given like this. It's matching with only IP addresses. What is the change I am doing now? Global, I made it as false. What happened? Earlier it has taken 2 occurrences, first 2. But now it has taken only, I mean not first 2, all the occurrences it has taken earlier. But now it is taking only the first occurrence. This is what global meant. So global true means in case if the pattern is matching with multiple values, it will take the collection of all the values. But when you make global as false, then it will take only the first occurrence. That's it. So that's what happening there. It takes only first. But remember, you don't have any method for take only second occurrence or take either first occurrence or all the occurrences. That's the limitation in the regular expression object. Now, if I give invalid value, it doesn't work. Now say, what I am doing here, I am not using backward slash, I am using just dot, and see what happens. Okay, I made it as false. Let me make it as true. It's matching with valid ones, right? That's not a valid IP, right? That is not a valid IP address. That's happening. It's matching with underscore also. Why? Because since I have placed dot in between the regular expression pattern there, the dot is not meaning just for dot character. The dot is meant for all the characters, any of the character it could be. So the dot is matching with underscore also. But when it is other than dot, then it should not match. It should match with only dot character. Then in that case, if you provide backward slash, you are saying that no other character, it is only dot character. That's what you are trying to say there. Okay, so that's for IP address. Then let me go into some more complex one now. This time for date. This time for date. I will say like this. str4 is last accessed on So date is being displayed in MMDD YYY format. Okay. Now I want to write a pattern for this. How do we do that? Okay, 0 to 9. No, not 0 to 9. Just evaluate that. First, okay, understand it. First, don't write for everything. When you are, as I told, when you are writing regular expression, don't take everything. Break down into the parameters. When it comes to the date, how many parameters are there? 3 parameters. Month, year, month, day, year. Okay. So now, take month. How it is? format. Then, what is the minimum possibility? 0, 1 or 1 people may, right? So 0, 1 to 12. When I give 0, 9 as a first digit, and if I give 0, 9, 2-digit number it is, right? Month. If I give 0, 9, 0, 9 there, what happens, you know? Take the first possibility from first number, first possibility from second digit here. What is that? 0, 0. Take the maximum possibility. 9 is the maximum possibility first digit. 9 is the maximum possibility for second digit. Is it right? That's not right. In this case, what you do is, anyway, square bracket with matches with only 1 digit, right? At a time. You cannot give 1 to 12 in the square bracket. So, for that reason, break it to 0, 1 to 0, 9 is one range. 10 to 12 is another range. So, month should be out of these two. Now, what you do is, out of 0, 1 to 0, 9, which is common? 0 is common. Write that 0 directly, because that's not in any range. 0 is a common thing. 0 is common thing, but second digit I am saying in between 1 to 9. So that means 0, 1 to 0, 9. That's what that means then. Right? 0 is out of, it's not, should not be 0. 0 is common in the first one. So 0, 1 to 0, 9 means common, 0 is common, take that out. So the second digit is in the range. So I am giving 1 to 9. So that means that 0, 1 to 0, 9. That's what it is. Then second one is 1 is common. Zero to 2. Now what you have to say, month should be either this or this. Month whatever we have given, so month must be in between any of these two. Then to say that, what you have to say, this or this. That's what we have to say, right? For month, this or this. How can you say or here? Pipe symbol. But when you say directly or like that, that is wrong again. Because when you say or, right, what it will do? 0, this or this. But what I say? This pattern or this pattern. That's what I have to say. In this case, what you do is group the patterns. First pattern or second pattern. That's what you have to say. To say like that, what you do is group that pattern. So that that group will be taken as an individual. That's it. Like that you can say first pattern or second pattern. Not yet completed. You are not yet done. Now when I say 0, 1 to 0, 9, will people write 0, 1, 0, 2 all the time? Maybe no. Some people will write 0, 1 or some people may just write 1. Alright, when I say 0, 9, some people write 0, some people may not be. So what I have to do, the pattern whatever I have write, I write now, if 0 is there, take that. or if 0 is not there, ignore that 0. So that means I have to make the 0 as optional. How do I make the optional here? To make it as an optional, we have something called question mark. Question mark in the regular expression pattern is used to make a pattern or make a character as optional. So if you want to make 0 as an optional here, what you do is after the character you have to give the question mark, not before the character. After the pattern or after the character you give us 0. Now when you give 0 question mark, then in that 0 is optional. If 0 is there, consider it. If 0 is not there, ignore it. So not only just here, anywhere. When you want to make, say, in inbox, it could be inbox directly or inbox, then in the parenthesis, some number. So that some number, within parenthesis, some number is optional. So write a pattern to which matches with parenthesis and number, make that is optional, so that it will match with only inbox or it will match with number in case if there is any. So when you want to like this, something may come or may not come. Okay, in between the number or in between a string, certain part may come or may not come. What you do is group that, make it as optional, which may come, which you have doubt, may or may not. So if you give question mark there, that if that group of characters or if a single character, whatever you have given as optional, if it is there, it will consider it. If it is not there, it will ignore it. So sorry? One is not optional, right, here? Because in between, second one is 10 to 12. That's what I have written. 10 to 12, how can you make it as one optional? In between 0 to 9, 0 is optional. But 10 to 12, we cannot make 1 as an optional, right? 1 is a mandatory one there. That's the reason for 1 I am not giving. Right? Only for 0 to 9, 0 we have to make. Because if people, it is 10 to 12, people don't just write only 0. 1 mandatorily it has to be written. Right? That's the reason 1 I am not giving as optional. Getting what I am saying? Next one. For DD, it will be from 01 to 31. Right? That's what for DD is. Then in this 01 to 09, 10 to, you can mark 29 because 10 to 19, 20 to 29, 30 to 31. But here if you say in this, right, first digit either can be 1 or 2. First digit can be either 1 or 2. Second digit could be 0 to 9. If you say first, if we give this combination, right? Sorry. Out of this, either 1 or 2 it will take. Or you can say like this. If you give like this, what is the minimum possibility for first one? 1. What is the minimum possibility of second one? 0. So it will match with 10. What is the maximum possibility of second one? 19. So it will match from 10 to 19. What is the maximum possibility of first one? 2. Minimum possibility. So consider minimum possibility of first one, minimum possibility of second one. Maximum possibility of first one, maximum possibility of second one. So it will match from 10 to 29. So instead of writing 2 different patterns there, write only one pattern for 10 to 29. So that's the reason what you can do is second, you can say 10 to 29, you can write one pattern. So first one is 01 to 09. Second one is 10 to 29. Third one is 30 to 31. Okay. So now how we can write this? 0 to 9 we have already written. Same thing. Same thing you can directly use for 0 to 9. Fine. Second one, we just wrote that. 1 to 2. 0 to 9. That's for second one. Third one is 3, 30 or 31. Got what I am saying here? First one is 0 to 9. Second one is 1 to 10 to 29. Third one is 30 to 31. Then they must be anyone out of these three. Then what he will do now? Okay. So in case if you have any confusion, let it be, because as I told you, must have to get experience, then only you will get that. But at least just understand each wild character I am using here. Understand the meaning of each wild character. But if pattern is going complex, don't get confused there. That's an expected one. Even sometimes when I look at some pattern, suddenly if somebody has written the pattern and when I look at that, I can't evaluate it directly. Even though I have got too much of experience, we can't evaluate, because we can look at the similarity. I mean, it's similar to the expected one or not. I directly can't say whether it will match with the exact one or not until unless I execute. Okay? But automation tools gives certain features to evaluate the pattern, whatever the pattern that you have written. Now for day, first one or second one, third one. That's for day. This is for month. This is for day. Next. What is next one? Year. It should match with 2014 or 2015. That's it. It should not match with 2013 or 2012 like that. Say 2014 or 2015. That's it. Then what you say? 2014 or 2015. 201 is common. Only the last digit must be 4 or 5. So it will match with either 4 or 5. So it will match with the 2014 or 2015. Then now this is for year. This is for month, day. Now how can you build it? Group. This is single month. That is a separator. Backward slash. Sorry, forward slash. So entire day should be one group. Then that's for Nanda.D Y format. In year 2015, 14 or 15. That's it. Okay. Colon. Yeah. So in case if the separator is changing, do one thing. In the square bracket, give the range. Square, sorry, forward slash could be one of the separator. When you use star there, I mean, it may match underscore also as separator. It's like that. But assume that not star, dot. It has to be dot. If you say dot, it will match with any separator. But assume that I am expecting only few kinds of separators. Only either forward slash or dot or colon. Okay. Only this or space. It could be. Then you can give like this. Colon. To give dot is exactly dot character. Like this, you can give the separator. When you give like this in the square bracket, either this or out of this, only one will be taken in the square bracket. Whenever you use square bracket, right? Number of characters you provide, out of all the characters, one character. It will match with only one character. Which
Not
one?
should be there.
Which one? Here? No, when you give within square brackets, right? Within square bracket, how it will consider, this or this or this. I mean, I have given 3 there. Colon, dot, forward slash. These 3 I have given, right? But it will not consider with all 3. Okay. If forward slash is there, it will take. It will not consider remaining 2. If forward slash is not there, dot it will take. It will check. Dot. If dot is not there, it will take colon. Only one will be considered at a time, not all. So that's the reason you can. You don't need to make it as option. In the square bracket, only one. When I say A to Z, it will not take all ones. If A is there, it will just directly take A. If A is not there, it will go to B. It will go to C. If it is not there, only one at a time it will take. So when I give forward slash, dot and colon, only one will be taken. That's it. Which one? Not only for dot. Now let's say for example parenthesis. Why we are using parenthesis now? To group. Now, how the inbox will be displayed? Say inbox of assume. That's how it will be displayed. Now this is optional for me. Right? I have to make a pattern which matches with that bracket and parenthesis and number, right? When you say now, say like this. Inbox. Write the pattern for which matches with this. What does it mean? Backward slash open parenthesis means it will match with this character. So backward slash will be used in case if any of the special character is displayed in the value, and if that special character is considered as wild character in the pattern. If you don't want to consider that as a wild character, if you want to consider that as an exact character. Now, when I use bracket here, when I don't give backward slash, if I give directly like this in the pattern, meaning of that will be different. This is this, 2 are different things here. But I have to write a pattern, which matches with only parenthesis. Then you must have to give this. Or if I say that's how the mandatory field will be displayed. Now I have to write a pattern which matches with only star. If I give star as my pattern, meaning of that star will be different in regular expression. 0 or more, that's what it says. But if I want to match with the exact star character, so if you give backward slash star, it will match with exact star character. So that means if a special character is displayed in the value directly, if you want to match that with that special character, say backward slash and that character if you give. Okay, getting what I am saying?
Then here we have mentioned that backward slash or special character will be mandatory. Where that regular expression we have mentioned backward slash dot. Then that backward slash dot will be mandatory or that will be considered mandatory.
No, wait. This I have given individually, right? This I have given. But here I have how I have given this dot stuff within square bracket, right? Within square bracket, see how many I have given here. This as 1. This as second one. This as third one. So 3 characters I have given there. Out of 3 characters, only 1. It's not mandated that only dot. Either dot or any one of this. That's why I have given within the. But without square bracket, if I give, right, dot is a mandatory one. It will become. Okay. So if I say out of just the square bracket is kind of list. Out of list only 1. If you know the SQL query, we'll say in you give the list, right? So like that. Only 1 it will take at a time. That's it. This is for date. Okay, so consider individual one, don't look at complete one. Understand this first. When you are understanding, when you are evaluating the regular expression, understand this, then one by one you take whatever is being proved. Okay, write down an exercise for you. It's very complex. I'll give you email. Validate the email format, which is quite common, but not simple as we told. I will give you the conditions for the email. You know how the email will be displayed? Email format. You know how the email format will be? ID, user ID, separated by @ server name. Gmail is the name of the server. Yahoo is the name of the server. .domain. .com is the domain. .in is the domain. .co.in is the domain. Okay. Then one more is here. In the user ID, it can be alpha or alphanumeric. Dot is a separator, that can be separate. Alpha or alphanumeric, should not be only numeric. Alpha or alphanumeric. And yeah, that's what. In the user ID, you can get the dot as a separator, but optional. Right? So you can have the dot. Say consider Gmail only. In the Gmail, you can have dot as an separator, but no underscore, no other special character, no space, no other special character. Only dot it has to match. But in case if the dot is not there, it can be ignored. And remember, user ID should not start with the dot, should not end with the dot. When you are building the pattern, you have to consider these combinations. Very, very complex it is, but I want you to try, that's it. Even though you don't, as I told, it's very difficult for very first time when you are listening. Building the pattern is too complex, but until unless you start writing, minimum at least 10 to 15 times you will fail to write accurate pattern. I mean, that's fact, that's known fact, even we do. I'll give you, the situation, the reality. When we have nearly 6 members team there. When you have 6 members team, whenever we get the dynamic values, obviously almost all the people will get when they are writing the scripts for the scenarios, one or other place we will be getting. Not all the 6 people will write the patterns. Very difficult because it takes a lot of time. See how much time it took. Even though I know, but still it took some time for me. We dedicate one person. Whenever we get these kind of situations, right? We dedicate one person. Then who does all this kind of things? Then if any of the person gets any kind of dynamic value there, that person will write the pattern. Because if we ask the same person to write the pattern there, he spends a lot of time on the pattern to build the pattern. Because very first time he will not be able to write for sure. If it is straightforward, now if we consider the numeric value, 0 to 9, minimum 1 comma, maybe 10 digit number. Just it takes 10 seconds or 15 seconds of time for me to write. But when you get the dynamic date, or when you get some complex value like email format or alphanumeric formats with various conditions, then obviously it takes a lot of time. Very first time you can't write for sure, but what I am expecting here is the similarity, at least the similarity. That means whatever the conditions I told, you have to use the wild characters as per the conditions. If that is not working also fine, but make sure that you are combining all those wild characters. So I mean, what this gives is, you understood the meaning of the wild characters. That's it. Okay? So write similarity, don't write, or I mean, it's not like don't write, but don't try to get an accurate one. It will kill your time, for sure. But if you write accurate one, that's good. Very good. Okay. So I'm not giving all the patterns, Wait for some time, I will send the mail with all the patterns we have, different patterns. You can't get them, but only for your future reference, that's it. Tomorrow, once you join into any of the project, right, I will give the maximum possibilities, what and all kinds of possibilities that you will get. Simple things I don't mention in the email, only alpha characters, only numeric characters, right? Those simple things you can directly write, you don't need to take any of the help further. But I will try to give the maximum in interview related also. Email is one of the interview related question, why I have given this exercise, that is an interview related. And IP address is one of the quite common thing that we use. Alphanumeric is one of the quite common thing that we use. If you see that the browser name was keep changing from one navigation to another navigation, it was keep changing. I will give for Gmail and I will give for one more application. Based on that you can build for your application. So few of the things that which we use very frequently, I will give patterns for them. You can use them. You can just for take them, and for your documentation, you don't need to practice on that. You don't need to do that. Okay. So because tomorrow when you join in any of the project, writing the regular expression is one of the expected one. You don't need to struggle on that. I will give that, which are already we have written for our projects, previous projects. Okay. So no need to get tense or no need to get worry on these patterns. Okay. But only thing is just understand the concept here. The concept what is when the values are changing dynamically. Like why I have taken only this, IP address will be keep changing. So when I want to fetch that exact value, whatever is displayed in that, we use regular expression. Date will be keep changing, not the same date every time. So use regular expression. Email address also will be changing. If you observed or not, any of the application, whatever you take, those will take any of the email address, whatever you provide. If you provide test.test.com also, it will take. It cannot validate the exact, it will not check whether the address, email address, what you have given is correct email address or not, until unless you give within the server. Because when I'm using Outlook, right, when I'm registering Outlook, alternate email, if I give test@gmail.com, it will accept. The reason because it cannot go to the Gmail server. Outlook cannot go to the Gmail server and validate whether this email is present in the Gmail server or not. Because Outlook cannot access Gmail, secured. But what it validates is the email address what you have given is given in proper pattern or not. If pattern is different, then it will throw the error. Say that email should be in this pattern only. But they cannot validate the exact value. In such cases, regular expression will be used. Okay. So regular expression meant for managing the dynamic values, if the values are dynamically changing. Now there are some more patterns that we need to learn, but not now. I will take, anyway we are going to automate some applications, right? While we are doing automation, we will encounter such kind of situations where the values are dynamically changing, and then we need to capture those values or the objects which are changing dynamically. We are going to learn them. So you will get the real-time situations there, real-time scenarios. There we will build the patterns based on the scenario that we get. So you will learn better. Okay? But for now, just understand the concept of regular expression. You got what is meant by regular expression now? But we use, instead of passing the exact value to find or to fetch, we use formats, that's it. That format is called as a regular expression pattern. Okay? So we will stop here for this regular expression. We will take the real-time situations when we automate the application. So when we take the tool, we are going to take some real-time situation. There again the regular expression will come, but on the real-time situations. Till then, let it be. You got the concept right? What it is meant. But if you have confusion on building the pattern, fine. No need to concern on it. Okay, so